wheels will end next week! Spend your children's college fund! Thaw that turkey now!
Who needs psychics when we have The Simpsons? The Simpsons episodes have been predicting major headline-worthy moments for over 30 years, like Donald Trump becoming president. So we're taking a dive into all their accurate predictions and just what 2021 could have in store for us according to The Simpsons. It's pretty safe to assume that during Donald Trump's The Apprentice years, nobody guessed he'd be taking office. Except for The Simpsons. In a season 11 episode called Bart to the Future, Bart travels to the future where Lisa wins the Oval Office after Donald Trump allegedly ruined the economy.
We're broke!
The prediction of him being president was so specific, we'll probably never get over it. Check out this side-by-side comparison.
As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump.
While we were all busy thinking the world was going to end back in 2012, the Simpsons writers were busy predicting what the 2017 Super Bowl halftime show would look like.
Tell us in song!
The episode called Lisa Goes Gaga had a special guest. Surprise!
It's me, Gaga.
During the episode, she puts on an epic performance that has her suspended in the air from cables. Cut to the 2017 halftime show, and the real Gaga did exactly that. Not to mention at one point, their outfits are eerily similar. Whether you're a fan of original Disney movies or not, the production company has probably managed to creep into your everyday life somehow. So was it really that shocking when Disney announced their Fox takeover? Not really. But you know who was probably less surprised? The Simpsons writers. This prediction happened all the way back in 1998, where they showed 21st Century Fox as a division of Walt Disney Co. The motto of 2020 was truly we're all in this together. But The Simpsons did unintentionally warn its audience that a pandemic like the coronavirus was completely possible. In the 90s episode Marge in Charge,
the dreaded Osaka flu has hit Springfield with over 300 cases now reported.
A dangerous virus arrives in Springfield from Japan. And fans couldn't help but notice the similarities between the fictional Osaka flu and COVID-19. Some people have debunked the claims that this was a coronavirus prediction, but they got the global pandemic part of it spot on.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
What else did 2020 hit us with this year? Right, murder hornets. Ironically, The Simpsons called these deadly insects in the same episode some think they predicted the coronavirus. In one specific scene, citizens are calling on their leader for a vaccine for the virus. While protesting, they managed to knock open a truck full of the murder hornets. Coincidence?
Oh no!
If you were a Toys R Us kid,
Not anymore.
you had to say farewell to a big chunk of your childhood back in 2018. As soon as the closure was announced, fans rushed to social media with theories that a 2004 Simpsons episode forewarned of the company's bankruptcy. In the episode, childless adults decide their next move is to destroy everything that children enjoy. Because that's logical, of course. Anyway, in one clip, a man flips the R in the store logo backward, while a group of children watch in tears. Okay, so yeah, it's a little bit of a stretch when it comes to accuracy, but people are totally convinced that this was a prediction that came true.
We never would have had these kids if we thought we had to pay for them!
At one point, everyone was concerned about what Daenerys and her dragons would get up to in the newest episode of Game of Thrones. But The Simpsons were like, we know exactly what's gonna go down.
Look, the dragon is burning our village!
In 2007, they aired an episode that people believed predicted Daenerys burning King's Landing in the show's final season. There's nothing like a good old love-hate relationship with autocorrect.
That's a conflicted look.
Am I right? Our phones just really want us to always say duck. Surprise! The Simpsons had a 90s episode that featured predictive texting. And get this, the episode aired in 1994, more than a decade before the first prototypes of autocorrect were ever made. Guitar Hero probably brings back nostalgic Saturday nights jamming to songs like Hit Me With Your Best Shot. Did you guys ever make it to the expert level? The 2005 video game name was first seen in a 2002 episode of The Simpsons. The season 14 episode had Mick Jagger and Keith Richards giving Homer a jacket that read Guitar Hero. And then, bam! 3 years later, Guitar Hero was born.
Right, I get it.
Who else has had an Apple Watch on their holiday wish list? Well, you're definitely not alone. 1 in 5 people in America actually have a smartwatch. And The Simpsons knew way back in 1995 that they would become a thing. In an episode that flashes into the future, Lisa's husband is seen talking into his watch that looks scarily similar to an Apple Watch. You might not know him, but Bengt R. Holmstrom is an economics genius. He even won a Nobel Prize for his work back in 2016. Now, The Simpsons might not have a Nobel Prize, but they do have plenty of Emmys, and a handful of future predictions, including Holmstrom's win. Check out this clip that proclaims Holmstrom's future. Way to go, Milhouse.
Stand by me.
Siegfried and Roy were pretty iconic magicians back in the early 2000s, but tragically struck during one of their Las Vegas shows. They had an incident with their white tiger Manticore that caused their entire show to shut down. Well, 10 years prior, The Simpsons had Siegfried and Roy lookalikes in one of their episodes. Their performance in the episode also ended in a tiger attack. Now, let's take a look at what The Simpsons believe 2021 and beyond have in store for us.
But this will be so confusing.
The Simpsons aren't sparing anyone's feelings when it comes to what they think the presidential inauguration day has in store for us. In one of their newer episodes, on January 20, 2021, they show the world overtaken by robots while everything burns in the background. This admittedly sounds like a far cry from what January will probably be like, but who really knows what's to come at this point, right?
Ooh, that's me in the future?
Quiet, you're about to say something.
So this next one is completely possible and is already happening.
What are you guys doing here?
If someone told us that we'd one day live on Mars 20 years ago, we'd probably laugh. But we've come a long way. In The Simpsons world, they predicted that we'd be exploring Mars by the year 2026. Believe it or not, they might be spot on. NASA and even Elon Musk are planning a Mars mission in this decade.
Yes, that's why I want to do it.
You heard of virtual reality, but have you ever heard of virtual reality food? Is it just us, or does that sound like a catchphrase for some kind of futuristic, unhealthy weight loss program? It wasn't that to Homer and Marge Simpson, however. In an episode where The Simpsons experience the future, we're introduced to a device that lets them eat without actually eating. It might sound strange, but it does seem like something that could one day happen, especially with how fast VR is moving. Okay, so The Simpsons can't take all the credit for this next one. Hologram mail. Some form of holographic messaging has popped up in a lot of futuristic movies and TV series. But again, this is totally something that could be coming in the next few years. I mean, remember when they literally brought Michael Jackson back as a hologram?
Hologram for Bart Simpson.
Global warming has become a pretty big topic around the world, which means, of course, The Simpsons would take it on. In The Simpsons movie, Springfield gets its own glass dome in order to stop the town's air pollution from getting out. That's one way to contain something. While something of this nature could definitely be in our future, we're just gonna stick with recycling for now.
Can he swing from a web? No, we can't. He's a pig.
Are analog clocks a thing of the past? Well, The Simpsons sure think so. So much so that they made some adjustments to the Big Ben in London for their futuristic episodes. They think the famous clock will be getting a digital makeover in the years to come. This may be the most realistic prediction yet.
I only want to eat candy.
A baby translator 100% would have been useful for the 80s film Look Who's Talking, but it's been over 30 years and we still don't have one. In one episode of The Simpsons get their hands on a baby translator for Maggie.
Well, here it is again. My baby translator.
Honestly, it's a wild idea, but we're not doubting any of the show's predictions at this point. Donald Trump wasn't The Simpsons' only presidential prediction. They also foresee Trump's daughter, Ivanka Trump, running for president in 2028. You can see Homer showing his support for her by wearing this pin. Check it out.
Don't get any ideas, huh?
Okay, so we aren't ready to base our lives around various Simpsons episodes, but you have to admit, what they've accurately predicted so far is pretty wild. How do you feel about The Simpsons' thoughts on 2021? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We can't wait to read through it all. Thanks for watching.